What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on EI Entertainment Studios. Back at it with another debate episode. Today's debate episode, we're going to be talking about Godzilla 2014 versus Godzilla 2019. This is going to be a very interesting one. Now, what's interesting is I've made a short film on my channel about this a while back, probably about 9 months ago, but I've never made a debate video kind of analyzing them together deeply. So I thought this would be an interesting opportunity to do so, especially that Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out very soon before we move on to Godzilla 2021 and see how they've changed his abilities, how they've adapted him. Final comparison between 2014 and 2019 would be now. So here's the plan, folks. We're gonna go over the backstory of basically one Godzilla this time. If you ever watch my other debate videos, there's usually two backstories because there's two different creatures. These are the same creature, but they're different adaptations. They're more evolved and they're basically redesigned every time. Once in 2014 was the first appearance, and once in 2019. So let's go over the backstory and then let's go over the differences and why they're actually different. Anyways, so the backstory goes as follows. Godzilla is an ancient alpha predator living on Earth to bring balance to nature, as Godzilla himself is a force of nature. Radioactive testing has awoken the beast, and so basically Godzilla is a force of nature, as I said, and he lives on the planet to bring balance. That's what we've learned from the Monsterverse, and radioactive testing, like nuclear testing in a way, has basically awoken up from his slumber. So let's go over Godzilla 2014's abilities first, and characteristics and everything. So the height of Godzilla 2014 is approximately 108.2 meters tall. Abilities, I'm gonna do a quick skim. We're gonna go over every other small detail, and we'll come back to the abilities before moving on to Godzilla 2019. So abilities, quick skim, goes as follows: atomic breath, tail whip, physical combat, and charging ability. After that, aggression level is indeed maximum, territorial level is maximum, and biome is Earth. So let's go back to the abilities and let's do a deep analysis. So the first one we have is the atomic breath. This is the first time we ever saw legendary Godzilla's atomic breath. It's like a blue atomic breath, kind of similar to the 1984 atomic breath, but a bit more focused, I would say, and a bit more stronger, of course, right? So basically, normal atomic breath like any Godzilla, but it's blue and it's pretty powerful, and he used that as a kiss of death on the female Muto to kill her off in the ending of the film. That's the signature move of Godzilla 2014. After that, we have the tail whip. Basically, he kills the male Muto with the tail whip, if you remember in the Godzilla 2014 film. Very powerful ability. His tail whip is probably one of the most powerful abilities, specifically for Godzilla 2014, that he has. Depends on the kaiju, but most kaijus can die from a good tail whip, especially what's behind them. After that, we have physical combat. We know that Godzilla 2014 has insanely good physical combat, very good in charging, knows how to defend himself, and when he gets in the fight, very, very powerful. Now going on from that, he has the charging ability. Basically, he can charge at his opponents at a very high pace and just blasting them. Also knowing the fact that he's just amazingly giant, he has brute strength basically, and when he charges at his opponents, he takes a lot of damage to them. Now, this will sum up Godzilla 2014. Now, once I compare the two for a death battle, and we'll get there, so don't worry. Once I compare the two for that, we'll go over the differences in the sense of their cons, right? I'm just talking about their pros right now, their abilities, what they can use, but there are some differences that are going to cause one of them to lose and one of them to win. So that's something that we need to go over as well, which we will. So just hang on tight. Now, what I want to do is I want to go over Godzilla 2019. You may wonder, isn't this the same Godzilla? Yes and no. Yes, as in, it's the same version of the Godzilla. It's the same series, it's legendary Monsterverse versus Godzilla 2013. Now it's Godzilla 2019. However, this is basically a redone, re-upgraded slimmed down version of 2014 with added abilities. So I want to that's what I'm doing. I'm comparing the two different incarnations in this sense. So let's go over 2019 then. So the height of Godzilla 2019 is approximately 119.8 meters tall. So if you notice, 2014 is 108.2 meters, 2019 is 119.8 meters. So there is quite a difference there. Not that big, but there is a difference, right? Quick skim for abilities: atomic breath, agility, physical combat, tail whip, charging ability, burning mode. Now that's a big difference, and we'll get there. Aggression level is maximum, territorial level is maximum, and biome is Earth. So the aggression, territorial, and biome are all the same as 2014's when I'm rating it in this sense. So let's go back to the abilities and let's see what about 2019. So the first one is the atomic breath. Now the atomic breath is the same exact atomic breath that 2014 possesses. So there's no different. It's a blue atomic breath, and it still beats the shit out of most monsters. Alright? So same atomic breath, nothing specifically new there, and don't expect anything new there. After that we have agility. Now this is one, if you notice, I did not put agility for Godzilla 2014, because almost every time that he had a physical combat moment, he would fall down and just sleep for a few hours. He would get tired way too fast. Now, to understand that, it's not explained in the film, but to look at the backstory of the film and the character, I feel that makes him more realistic because he's come out from a giant hibernation. But still, it is a con. Godzilla 2013 does not have agility in abilities. 2019 does. 2019 is very agile, very fast, and just keeps on coming to his opponents, and does not stop attacking them. That's a big difference, big new ability as well. Next we have physical combat. Again, the same thing as Godzilla 2014. They both have wonderful, amazing physical combat, and probably one of the best in all Godzillas ever in terms of physical combat. Tail whip will also be the same tail whip. The only difference here in this case is his tail is going to be a little bit longer than 2014 because he's a bit bigger. So you can do just a little bit more damage, but overall it's about the same thing. Alright. After that we have the charging ability, same thing again from 2014, he can charge at his opponents. But here is where the whole game changes. This is something that Godzilla 2014 did not have. The burning ability. Now this one is an interesting one. The burning ability is interesting. So it's an ability that requires two catalysts. It's a very interesting one. Catalyst as in two things that can activate it. They need to activate it. Mothra, he needs the complete energy of Mothra, so she needs to completely die and give her existence of energy to Godzilla, and he needs excessive radiation, pure excessive radiation, meaning more radiation his body already has. Once he has those two, he can go into what's called a burning mode, and basically kind of similar to the 1995 burning Godzilla, but not really, because that Godzilla's dying. He is not dying. It is just giving him a blow-up effect of excessive radiation. He's fine right after. But basically what happens is it's a big explosion of really hot radiation, and it just blows up everything in far range and melts everything in close range. Very powerful, and basically he doesn't even take damage when he's on it, so it's like a OP god mode in my opinion when it goes into burning mode. Now 2014 did not possess this ability, wasn't able to take in this much radiation, or maybe he was, we never got to see in the film, but if he didn't, it's not in the abilities. In this sense, he is. And also, one more thing to know, the incarnation of Godzilla 2019 is still the only Godzilla to ever survive a blast from the oxygen destroyer. He was about to die, he took a lot of damage, but hey, he still survived. No other Godzilla's done that. No other Godzilla has done that. So, now is the time, well, we're basically done with both of these kaijus. Now is the time to put them up against each other in a death battle. So without further ado, let's do it. So this is what we're gonna do. Best out of two, close range and far range. Why do I do this? Far range tests the abilities out, or these kaiju's abilities out, in a term of kind of limiting them. So some abilities are not going to be able to be used, and we're gonna see how good they are, in a sense of if they're limited, can they still win a battle? Very good way of kind of analyzing them. The other one is just close range, all out. So we'll do far range first, and then we'll do close range. So far range, they have to be 700 meters apart. They cannot come closer than 700 meters. So let's see what abilities Godzilla 29. We'll go 29. We'll go opposite this time. Since we started with 2014, we'll do 2019 and 2014. So let's see what abilities Godzilla 2019 can or cannot use. First one is Atomic Breath. Of course, Atomic Breath can be used. Agility, for defense-wise, yes. Offense, no. Physical combat, obviously not. Remember, he cannot touch the opponent 700 meters apart. Tail whip, again, no. Charging, no. Burning mode, yes. So basically, the only thing he uses is the Atomic Breath and the Burning mode ability. For 2014, Atomic Breath, yes. Tail Whip, no. Physical Combat, no. Charging, no. So the only thing Godzilla 2014 can use is the Atomic Breath. So if we're going to do this in far range, obviously, I'm going to say 2014 is going to be the first one to strike, as he's the older one in this case. He's the newer, or the older incarnation. Godzilla 2019 is the newer incarnation. He's going to use the Atomic Breath. And now, before I do also go forward, we're going to assume every ability is usable. So in this case, we're going to assume that Mothra is dead and excessive radiation is in the body of Godzilla 2019. Alright? Anyways, let's go forward now. So Godzilla 2014 is going to use the Atomic Breath, and from there it's going to be very interesting. Godzilla 2019 can use the Atomic Breath as well, and also the Burning ability. When Godzilla 2019 uses the Burning ability, he basically can't take damage for 15-20 minutes while he's under it. And I wouldn't be surprised after 3 Atomic Breaths from 2014, he'd probably go into sleeping mode, because every time he would battle, he would go into hibernation, or mini hibernation, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty hilarious. And I think the Burning ability is just gonna destroy Godzilla 2014. He has nothing to defend against it, and it's gonna be 1-0 for Godzilla 2019 in terms of far range. Now, that was a short one because it's far range, and let's go to close range, where everything's completely different. Close range. Let's take this into consideration. Godzilla 2014 is 108.2 meters tall. Godzilla 2019 is 119.8 meters tall. Now, obviously they're going to charge each other and just ram into each other. Taking into account, Godzilla 2019 is more heavier than 2014 and taller, so he's obviously going to ram into, when they both ram into each other, he is going to throw Godzilla 2014 down to the ground. And physical combat is A game for both, and they're both going to just pull each other back to the ground, up to the ground. No one's going to be on top and just destroying one each other. They're both very strong, and it's going to be a big fight until I get it guessed at one point where it gets to the difference between the agility. Because after a few minutes, Godzilla 2014 is going to start to get very tired. And he tends to go to sleep mode very soon. So he's going to, let's say at 25 minutes of fighting at this point, he's going to be super tired. And all Godzilla 2019 needs to do, because he has really good agility compared to 2014, is use the Burning ability, and Godzilla 2014 is done again. So every way I look at it, I see Godzilla 2019 as winning Godzilla 2014. Now obviously, this is just my opinion. You can debate me in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an honor to make this video, but just to clarify everything, it is now 2-0 in terms of close and far range for Godzilla 2019 as being the winner. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait for Godzilla vs. Kong to come out very soon. And as always, have a great and a wonderful day.